Alright lads, welcome back to Kiwakat's House of Magic. Last time we saw Omnath, trying to figure out what to do with him. So he was supposed to be Locus of Hydras. Well, I don't have enough Hydras to really make him a Locus of Hydras, so I have to make him a Locus of something else. And a lot of the bullshit that I put in for Proliferate, some of the creatures, is just not cutting it. Just not getting a fucking battery. Alright, so I replaced the fucking battery. Anyway, I was talking about the cards that just don't quite cut it. I mean, they'd be great in a Traxa deck, a Super Friends deck, but if I don't have that many Hydras, and I don't have that many creatures to proliferate, what's the point of all the proliferation if my putting the counters on the damn creatures in the first place isn't that reliable, and I don't have that many planeswalkers. So here's what I'm taking out to remind you. So I'm taking a Viral Drake, 3 in a blue for a 1/4 flying Drake with Infect. Fucking Infect. It looks like shit. I don't like the art. I don't like the picture. It looks like he's leaking shit out of his gut. I'm sure he's supposed to look like he's leaking shit out of his gut, like he got stabbed and all the contents of his colon are just bursting through, but I don't really need them in this deck. 3 in a blue, proliferate. Well, I need to get the counters on the damn thing in the first place. Same with this. 3 blue for an enchantment. Never cast spell, proliferate. So otherwise it does nothing. It just sits there. Most of the times, your opponents aren't even going to bother with it because it's not really doing anything. Or maybe it's a magnet for removal instead of them taking out something that's more interesting, more conducive to your game plan. But if they do take it out, well, it's still not helping that much. Genesis Hydra. Okay, now this is good. This is actually good, but double green X. When you cast this motherfucker, show off the top X card to your library. You can put a non-land permanent card with CMC XLS from along onto the battlefield, and then shovel the rest into your library. And he comes to play with X plus and plus encounters. I really don't like that it says non-land. I really don't like that, unlike Villainous Wealth, if nothing else, you don't get a land out of it. I mean, and I don't know, I'm taking this out. This guy does good work. This guy does what he's supposed to do. Let me put those there because I keep sliding down my fucking keyboard. This guy does what he's supposed to do. He's cheap to cast, he can block, and then you can sacrifice him before damage and go find your land. It's just I found a card that's better. So he is being replaced for a specific card. It's a 1-for-1. Terastodon, 6 double green for 99. No trample, just 99, just big. Comes to play, you can blow up 3 target non-creature permanents. For each one blown up this way, its controller gets a 3/3 green elephant creature token. Eesh, I don't know. It's a big card. If I can get trample counters on it, or give it trample or something, I mean, it's good. I just don't know if there's not anything better. Let me show you what I've got after I get through this, and you can see if there's anything better. Ashling the Pilgrim. 1 in a red for a 1/1 elemental shaman. 1 in a red, she gets a +1/+1 encounter. If you do it 3 times, you take off all the counters and she burns everything, including herself. So, if she's got 6 counters and you put 3 more counters on her in 1 turn, she does 9 to everything. Each player, each creature. So she's a 1-shot. I like the art though. I really like the art. This is Wayne Reynolds. I don't know if I want her in this deck. Throwing Bird, same thing. 1 in blue for a 1/1 flying horrific bird. When it smacks somebody upside their head, proliferate. We have to get it through. And after a couple turns, it's not getting through. After a couple turns, somebody's going to have some random reacher, random flyer, and they just fucking block it. Come up and... I read this wrong. Oh god, did I read this wrong? Prevent all damage to be dealt to you and planeswalkers you control. It doesn't say my creatures are getting hit, doesn't do shit. So 3 in a white, to protect myself. Now, that said, it is so a good super fog because I can just let all the creatures attacking me through. I can do comeuppance and prevent all the damage that we dealt to me, because there's no planeswalkers in this deck so far. And if damage from a creature, see, damage from a, where does it say that? Comeuppance deals that much damage to that creature. So every creature that would hit me, they punch themselves in the face instead. So in a way, it is good in that respect if you think of it like a fog that reverts the damage back to the creatures attacking you. That said, I would rather have something that is more conducive to protecting my team, not just me, like Teferi's production. Contagion Clasp. Okay, so it costs 2. When it comes to play, creature gets a negative counter. It only triggers on coming, so unless I have some way of bouncing it, or destroying it and bringing it back, or flickering or something, it does its thing and that's it, and then I can proliferate. So it doesn't quite do enough in this deck. Hunting Moa. He's right on the verge. 2 and a green for a 3/2 bird. Bird is the word. With Echo. So when he comes to play, or dies, you put a +1/+1 encounter on target creature. So he's good for getting counters on things. But I just don't know if he's good enough in this deck. And I really want to play because it's an old card. Yeah, it's the time-shifted reprint, but originally got printed in what, Onslaught, I think? Turn of Witness, yeah, I'm actually going to keep her. Gargos, Vicious Watcher. 3, triple green, Vigilance. Hydra spells he costs 4. I don't have enough fucking Hydras to make him useful. Whenever creature control becomes target of a spell, he fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Well, I'm not casting that many spells that targets my creatures. My opponents generally don't cast that many spells that target creatures. The only things that they really do are the one-off removal, Swords to Plowshares, Abrupt Decay. What else do they play? Dismember, shit like that. But it's not guaranteed they're going to hit my creatures. Somebody might have a creature that they have a bigger problem with. So it's not that reliable. I don't have enough Hydras to make him that useful, so he's going back in the book. Mage Slayer, this is coming out for something specific, and this will go into Corvald. Because, 1, green-red, artifact equipment, Mage Slayer. Whenever equipped creature attacks, the creature deals damage equal to its power to defending player. So Corvald, his shtick is commander damage. Omnath, it ain't. So if I give this to Corva, and I pumped him up to 11/11, he attacks, does 11 damage, and then if he connects afterwards, if he gets through, if there's nothing to blow, 22 damage, that's it, you're dead. Dead, motherfucker! I'll show you what I take out for that in a minute. Scarg, la force de rage, ajoutez un colorless mana à votre réserve. Vert, rouge, la creature cible gagne plus loin, et aquarelle pétillant jusqu'à la fin du tour. If any of you speak French, yes, that was terrible. Just work with me, okay? So Scarg, the Rage Pits, you can tap it from colorless or green-red, tap it, and the target creature gains +1/+1 and trample until end of turn. I've got other ways to get my dudes through, so I'm going to take this out. I was going to take this out. Actually, it's kind of a fucking toss-up, isn't it? So this, add colorless, 4, proliferate. This, add colorless, green-red, creature gets through. Is it Karn's Bastion that I really should take out? I mean, I don't know. So one of these is going to come out. And now I don't know which one. One of them. So I'll set them there. Quit sliding off the goddamn keyboard. Stay. cards. Alright, so here's what I pulled out of my binders and some of my traded for in order to shore up some of the cards that aren't quite cutting it. Okay, you have my Cradle of Growth. Every land is a forest in addition to other land types. The deck centers around, the deck pivots on green. So Omnath is black, blue, green, red, white. But the way I built the deck is I took a stack of green, blue, red cards that I had for another version of NMR and built up around that, made it 5 color. Green is the pivotal color because green is the ramp. Most of the creatures are green. I mean, Eternal Witness sitting right there. So you have my Cradle Growth will help me with that. Black, the only thing I need black for right now is activating Vault of the Archangel and activating Kenny. Yeah, I forget what I took out, but I took something out to put Kenrith in there. So Kenrith, I didn't want him in the deck at first. I did not, because I have a Kenrith deck. In fact, that's where this one came from, this version of Ken. There's a piece of dust under the sleeve, actually. So, yeah, there we go. This Kenrith was the commander of a Kenrith deck, and I bought another one. My local LGS Trinity British, they had a Russian one. So now I have a full Russian Kenrith to command the deck. So everybody would do what they're supposed to do. Work together for the party, for the win. So anyway, Kenrith does everything they want to do. And eventually I thought, you know, there's kind of symmetry in that. Kenrith, in his deck, he's got Omnath. Omnath in his deck, he now has Kenny. Sweet. So 4 and a white, 5/5. Red, all creatures gain trample and haste until end of turn. +1, 1 and a green. Target creature gets a +1/+1 counter, which is kind of what the deck is going to be doing. 2 and a green. 2 and a green. Fuck. Look at the colors. 2 and a white, target player gains 5 life. 3 and a blue, target player draws a card. 4 and a black. Put target creature card from graveyard onto the battlefield under its opponent's control. Under its opponent's control. I need to slow down. Is there any tea in here? I need some more tea. Kind of thirsty. Okay, so anyway, Kenny's in the deck now. So let's look at what else we got. So you have my Cradle of Growth. Will replace one of these lands. I don't know which one, but it will replace one of them. I also decided I needed more counter spells, more bounce. So I had Venser sitting around. I've got a Mystic Snake too. I could use Mystic Snake, but I decided to go with the Venser. So 2 double green, 2/2 flash. When he hits a battlefield, bounce a spell or permanent back to its owner's hand. So I could bounce my Bojuka Bog back to my hand, so I can recur it. I can reuse it and take out another graveyard. Then I thought about her. I got her for the art. I got her because it was kind of cheap, and the art is cute. Don't much like this side. This side is kind of rough. You know, that's definitely not the kind of girl you take home to mama. She's the kind of girl that's going to take you home and make you call her mama. And if you don't, oh, you're going to be a bad, bad boy. Anyway, Archangel Avacyn. 3 double white, flash, flying vigilance. When she comes into play, my creatures gain indestructible in the turn. So she provides some of the protection I was looking for. And when a non-angel creature I control croaks, flip her over. So she goes from a 4/4 vigilant flyer to a 6/5 flying. She loses vigilance. When she flips over, she deals 3 damage to each other creature and each opponent. So she burns everything. And then she's a 6/5 flyer. So I'm going to put her in and see how she works. And then I've got ways of putting +1/+1, not in many ways. I mean, Kenrith, you just saw Kenrith. But I've got some ways of putting counters on my opponent's creatures. So if I've got the Kolrath Knight down, 3 black, red hybrid for 3/3 flying elemental knight. Creatures your opponents control with counters on them cannot attack or block. In any case, against Cube's Tyrannon's deck, this will just stop in its fucking tracks. Because every goddamn creature in that deck gets counters. And this guy says, yeah, the counters are too heavy. They can't do shit. So I'm thinking of putting him in. In which case, I could use the black, but still he's a red card, so I don't need the black. Pull from Eternity. When I build my decks, I try to build layers of protection. Things that work together. So if my graveyard gets exiled and there is something key in there, how do I get it back? I try to think about that. Do I protect my graveyard, or do I have a way of getting it back after the fact? So Pull from Eternity. 1, to instantly put target face-up card that's exiled into its owner's graveyard. So if it's a creature, I can pull it from Eternity, and if Kenny is in play, I can use Kenny to bring it back. I don't know if I need this, though. I don't know if it's going to make the final cut. I should probably just get in the habit of, if things are gone, they're gone, and draw cards to get the new thing. So this is a maybe, actually. And then Juggy the Rising Star. Oh yeah. 3 triple green, 5/5 flying dragon spirit. But when he croaks, I can distribute 5/+1/+ encounters among any number of target creature, including my opponents. So if I've got Jugi out and Kolroth Knight, and Jugi croaks, I can put a couple of +1/+ encounters in some of my opponent's creatures, and they can no longer attack or block because of the Knight. Other than that, I mean, he does make counters. Okay, here's what I'm taking out the Maid Slayer for. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. Maid Slayer is 1 green-red, equip 3. Is it? Equip 3? Yeah, equip 3. Reaver Cleaver is 2 colorless and a red, equip 3. But this gives the creature trample and create treasure tokens when the damage spills over into one of my opponent's heads. So I think the Reaver Cleaver is going to be better in this deck. Maid Slayer is going to be better in Korva. Okay, then the only card I have in the deck that controls graveyards is Bojuka Box. So I don't have any more Withered Wretches, but I've got a green one. This is a green Withered Wretch. This will control graveyards. Green for 3/3. Exile target card from graveyard. And then there's some extra bullshit. As long as there are 4 or more card types among cards exiled with this guy, he has +4/+4 on trample. So, cool. Let's put him in. Champion Lemholt. Okay, in the deck, I've got Herald of the Zig Streams, who gives all creatures that I control with +1/+ encounters on them unblockability. I've got Zephyr Drake, which gives all my creatures with +1/+ encounters flying. So why not her? There's also the Dusk Beetle, Dusk something Beetle. Costs 1 in the green. I think it's a 0/3. Comes into play. Put a +1/+ encounter on something. All creatures control +1/+ encounters on them have trample. But it's only a 0/3 and it doesn't scale up that well. Champion of Lap Dance. So Champion of Lap Dance. 1 double green for a 1/1 human warrior. Creatures with power less than her can't block creatures I control. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, Champion of Lap Dance gets bigger. She gets a +1/+ encounter. So she doesn't care where the counters come from. Just like, girl at your local strip club. He doesn't care where the money comes from. She just wants it. So if I'm putting counters on her with Kenny, if I'm putting counters on her with Proliferate with other things, she gets bigger, and it doesn't matter. The bigger she is, the less likely my opponents can block my creatures, so she'll go in. Alright, all my decks need something bracket game changing. So why not Survival of the Fittest? 1 in the green, spend 1 green, throw away a creature card, look through your library for a creature card, show it to everyone, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. So I'll put Survival of the Fittest in the deck. And then, in addition to going big by putting +1/+ encounters on my creatures, why not go wide? So I didn't play this guy for the longest time because of the memory issues of the plus and plus encounters. But I've got these. These are German plant tokens. See? 0-1. So I've got these token cards to put the counters on, so I don't have the memory issues of the counters I normally use. And if I'm proliferating, so when land, he comes into play, I get a bunch of plants. And then when I play land, the plants get plus and plus encounters. I can proliferate those. I can add more counters. I can do all kinds of fun things. So I think he's going to be good for the deck. Smuggler, surprise! Surprise! Green, spree. So if I spend 3, I can mill 4 cards, and then put 2 creature or land cards from among them into my hand. Alright, so far so good. If I spend green 4, if I spend 6, I can drop 2 creature cards from my hand at instant speed. Bang! Right into play! If I spend green and 1, creatures I control with power 4 or greater gain sexproof and indestructible till end of turn. So I'm thinking this will be nice, this will be fun. And this is what I'm taking out the Secure Tribe Elder for. So Secure Tribe Elder costs 1 less, he's 1/1 smaller, but she does other things the deck wants to do. So 2 and a green for a 2/2. When she comes into play, go find a basic land, put it in play, tapped, and shuffle. Secure Tribe Elder has to die to do that. And whenever she attacks, I can bounce a land I control to my hand, and then put a plus and plus encounter on target creature. So she fits the deck better. Something else you don't see because I had to order it, because I didn't know it existed. I had to Google it. Let me show you what inspired it. What inspired the card that I had to Google the effect, and then I had to find it. Where the hell is it? It's always at the bottom, isn't it? Bloody hell. It's not that, not that, not that. Nope, 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 nope. Not any of it. There it is. So, remember the Contagion Clasp? I said, okay, it just comes into play and that's it. Unless I can bounce it, unless I can flicker it, unless I can destroy it and bring it back some. And that's it. It just proliferates. This is the same goddamn thing. Right? If I can't, it comes into play, put a -1/-1 counter on every creature target player controls. So it only hits one player, only when it comes into play, and that's it. And you can proliferate, yeah, fair enough. Okay, fine. And then do it again. But after I've done it once, okay, I can't do it again. Or can I? So I found out about something called Teleportation Circle. Some of you know about Teleportation Circle. Teleportation Circle costs 3 colorless, 1 white. It's an enchantment. At the end of your turn, exile a creature or an artifact and flicker it. Exile it and bring it back into play at the end of the turn. It's like a cheaper, color-shifted Conjurer's Closet that can hit artifacts too. So I had to order one of those. It's not here yet, so I can't show it to you. But that'll come in. That'll go in the deck. So what do I have? Let's count how many cards. So land. Give My Hollow will come out from one of those. Reaver Cleaver from Mage Slayer. I'm doing the 1-for-1s right now. Sutina, Speaker of the Tejaru for Secure Tribe Elder. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 additions. And I've got 3, 6, 9, 10 cuts. So one of these cuts will actually be the Teleportation Circle, and she'll just stay, because why not? If I decide she's overkill, if I decide she's too much, I'll take her out, but there we go. Okay, so that's, unless you want to see me unsleeve these and sleeve the new ones, that's kind of the end of it. Let me know what you think. Would you play this deck? If you play this deck, I bet you'd make it a lot different, wouldn't you? Probably make it more efficient.